All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming live from Joburg. Good morning and welcome back to the opening bell with myself, Tshepo and Ashley. And this is brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy every Mondays to Fridays at 9, streaming live on YouTube. It is a Wednesday today. We're going to get started. A lot has been happening. This week has been dominated by the Middle East tension again, just like the previous couple of weeks. And we've been getting some updates this week, right, about a ceasefire and so forth and so on. So there's a bit of an update on today's session, right? There's a bit of a Middle East tension update on today's session. So there are reports that the US has drafted a plan to end the war with Iran. Now, that plan consists of 15 points, right? So it's a 15 points plan to end the war. And this plan was delivered to Iran. It's already in Iran. It was delivered to Iran via Pakistan, right? Now, they say it's a 15-point plan, but those 15 points have not been made public, right? So the proposal remains unclear at this point and was confirmed by certain publications, though the White House hasn't responded to it. All right. So this is the plan to end the war. Remember, in the beginning of the week, the US president gave Iran 48 hours, then extended the deadline, said 5 days, and then in between he said there's been talks, positive talks with Iran or Iran, and then Iran replied and said they know nothing of such, so they're going to continue to respond with military action, right? So the update here is that now there's a plan. There's a plan now to end the war. So we're going to keep an eye on our news publications, on our news broadcasts to find out more about this plan. All right. So we encourage you guys to also do the same and see. We want to see if the plan will be made public, and we want to see what is going to happen after those 5 days. Will Iran reply as according to the reports, or will US go on with their plan to keep striking? All right. But it is also said that the US president wants to end this war. So one can say then that things are just a little bit sketchy here and there, but let's see what's going to happen on Friday. All right, on Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, let's see what's going to happen. So that is the Middle East update, tension update, right? In line with that, there is something we've been overlooking, which is the airlines, how the airlines have been impacted during this time. All right. So major US airlines have been impacted. We're talking about American Airlines, we're talking about Boeing Group, we're talking about Southwest Airlines Co. These have been impacted primarily through the the fuel costs, which has nearly doubled. So you guys know that the oil prices went up, US gasoline prices went up. So those things affected the fuel cost for these flights. And also there's been some flight cancellation because airspaces have closed in the Middle East. Airspaces in Qatar, Israel, Iraq, Iran have closed. So as a result, certain flights had to reroute, right? Had to reroute, and certain ones had to be cancelled. So as a result, on the chart right now, we have the American Airlines on the left and Southwest Airlines Company on the right. And this is where the war started here. We see a major drop in prices on both these assets, and this could have been some great opportunity, right? So um, so we don't have the end to the war as yet, right? So as a result, we definitely going to keep an eye, but if nothing changes, we're anticipating the price to continue falling, right? If nothing changes. Now, from a tech standpoint here, we would look for a continuation towards the downside, right? From a tech standpoint. So with this structure here, this would definitely be a continuation pattern, and we would look for price to continue pushing towards the downside. So that is how we would approach this. You look at Southwest Airlines as well. if you just slightly go to the lower time frame, there is a continuation pattern also that is forming here, right? So because of this, we would look for a continuation towards the downside as well. All right. So there's a possibility that it could still become a little bit bigger before price falls on both of them. All right. Could become a little bigger before price falls. So this is the update, guys. We've been looking at the gold, oil, and the other assets, right? But we've been overlooking the stocks. We've been overlooking the airlines, the US major airlines. And this is how things are looking at this point. Now, Friday is the deadline, of course. So we will see if there's any changes. If there's no changes, then we're anticipating price to continue dropping, right? And then we'll see if the war stops, how quickly can these airspaces be opened again, and how quickly can flights be in the air again. All right. So yeah, so these are things just to look at when you do your analysis. And yeah, so for this morning, guys, that's it for the opening bell. A quick update, morning commentary, morning update on what's happening. We will obviously catch you guys during the course of the day, during the course of the week with more updates. All right. We hope you guys enjoyed. Let's meet again tomorrow. Cheers and have a good one.